Hello all, welcome back to our channel Complete Chemistry. Today we are going to see about Grignard reagent and its applications. Grignard reagent was first discovered by a scientist called Grignard, right? And he was given Nobel Prize in year 1912 for his invention. And today we are going to see about all these conversions of Grignard using your Grignard reagent, right? We'll go to our whiteboard and then see all these conversions. How are these going to take place and how this Grignard reagent first formation of Grignard reagent and then conversion of all these with Grignard reagent. So Grignard reagent is your alkyl magnesium halide is your Grignard reagent. Now this is also called as organometallic compounds. This is called as organometallic compound. Why it is called as organometallic compound? Because it will contain a alkyl group, like this is your organic compound. Organic compounds are carbon and hydrogen containing compounds are called as your organic compounds, and this is your metal that is present in this, so we call this as your organometallic compound. This was first discovered by Grignard and he was given Nobel Prize in the year 1912, right? Victor Grignard is a scientist. Now, how will you synthesize this? How will you prepare your Grignard reagent? Is your alkyl halide. Let us take your alkyl halide, methyl bromide, in the presence of your dry ether. Dry ether should be there. Okay, and in the presence of dry ether and magnesium, you will get your alkyl magnesium halide, methyl magnesium halide. Now this in this Grignard reagent, metals every time will have a partial positive charge and then your alkyl group will have a partial negative charge. So this methyl group will be acting as, this methyl group is a strong base, will be acting as a strong base which will reduce all the acidic hydrogen compounds to alkanes. What are acidic hydrogen containing compounds? Your compounds like your alkynes, like this CH double bond CH2. These hydrogens that are present here are acidic hydrogens. Your CH3 double triple bond C and H. Now this is your acidic hydrogen. Why? Why is it this has acidic hydrogen? Alkyl groups are electron releasing groups, right? Now this will give out its electron onto your carbon, thereby this carbon will attain a negative charge because this is gaining electrons, and now this will leave out as plus your H plus ions. These H plus ions are your acidic in nature, so these are called as your acidic hydrogens. Now this strong base will take up this acidic hydrogen and forms your alkanes. CH4 is the final product. If you just add up your acidic hydrogen containing compounds. So this is how your Grignard reagent reacts with your acidic hydrogen containing compounds, right? Now we'll see what are its applications further. Now Grignard reagent can convert your ketones to alcohols, aldehydes to alcohols, right? First we'll see from ketones. From ketones, how will it convert to alcohols? What are your ketones? Ketones are your RC double bond O R compounds are called as your ketones. Now this carbon that is present here, is a electropositive carbon because this oxygen will tend to attract shared pair of electrons towards itself. So thereby this carbon will attain a partial positive charge and this carbon will attain a partial negative charge. Now when you add your RMgX or your any Grignard reagent to this ketone, what happens here? Now this RMgx will get divided into R minus plus Mgx. As I said you, this Mg will have your positive charge, and because this is acting as a nucleophile, this methyl group is here acting as a nucleophile, you can also call these reactions as nucleophilic addition reactions. Nucleophilic addition reactions. Right? And now what is happening here? The R group, the nucleophile, the methyl group will be attacking your electropositive carbon here, and then the electrons that are present on this double bond are getting shifted on to your oxygen, which has a electronegative tendency. Right? What will it form now? You have your R as usual, and then C as usual, and then R as usual. But then what is attacking here is your methyl groups, right? This methyl group is getting attacked, and then you have O minus, right? Because the electrons that are present on this bond are getting shifted onto your oxygen. So this is gaining electrons, so it will get a negative charge here, right? And now when you add your water molecules, which will get dissociated into H plus ions plus OH minus ions here. Now these H plus ions are taken up by your O minus ions, and these OH minus ions will be linking up with your Mg plus. Thereby what happens here is your RCR will be as usual. RCR will be as usual. So the extra methyl group that is present will be adding up here, and then there will be formation of OH here. So there will be a formation of a tertiary alcohol, tertiary alcohols from your ketones. From your ketones, you have your tertiary alcohols formation. So ketones in the presence of your RMgx and your H2O will form your tertiary alcohols. This is your first one, right? And so the side product here will be MgOH. The OH that is present here will be bonded to your Mg plus, forming your side product. We are not concerned about this side product. When you add your water molecule, it will get a white precipitate like magnesium hydroxide is formed further. Now this is your final product with your ketones, right? We'll see the next one. Next one is with your aldehydes. From aldehydes, what will happen from your aldehydes? Aldehydes and ketones are your carbonyl compounds that are present, right? So what are your aldehydes? Same way, we will be just taking it as R, C, double bond O and H plus your CH3. We'll just take it as CH3, your CH3, Mg, Br, right? Now what is happening here? Again this positive charge, this will attain a partial positive charge, and this will attain a partial negative charge. So what is happening here? Your methyl group, which is having a partial negative charge, and this will have partial positive charge. This negative charge methyl group will be attacking your carbonyl carbon, and then the electrons that are present here will be going onto your oxygen. So what has that formed? What is that formed here? R, C, H as usual will be there, and then one single bond oxygen will be as usual, right? What is attacking here is your methyl group, right? Methyl group that is from your Grignard reagent. From your Grignard reagent is attacking onto your electropositive carbon, and then electrons are shifting onto your oxygen, so you will get a negative charge on your oxygen. Again on attack of your water, adding of your water, what happens here? Water will get dissociated into H plus plus OH minus. You may also have your water, or sometimes they will give you as H3O plus hydronium ion. So anyways, H plus ion will be taken up by your OH minus ion that is present in your uh, product, and then OH minus ions will take up Mg plus. So what will be the final product here? R as usual, carbon as usual, hydrogen as usual, and O. And what is the product that is formed here is your secondary alcohol. You'll get your secondary alcohol from your aldehydes. So from aldehydes will give you aldehydes on action of your RMGX in the presence of water or hydronium ion will give you secondary alcohols. So this is your second one. This is your second one. Aldehydes will give you secondary alcohols. So what is next? Next we'll see about how your uh, like this, if you have a compound like this, unsaturated alkenes, or from your unsaturated alkenes, unsaturated alkenes. What are unsaturated alkenes? Your double bonded or triple bonded containing compounds are called as your unsaturated alkenes or unsaturated ketones, alkenes or ketones, whatever you take, right? Let's take one compound like this, R1, just to distinguish between two R's here, and then you have your R2 here, and then your ketone here, and then there is an unsaturation here. So with presence of this unsaturation, we call this as your unsaturated ketone. This is your unsaturated ketone. Now again, in the presence of your methyl magnesium halide, what happens here? Now we are not concerned about all this group, we are only concerned about this carbon and your oxygen here, right? So what is happening here? Carbon will have again a partial positive charge, and this will have attain a partial negative charge. The methyl group that is having a negative charge on this and partial positive charge on this will attack onto your electropositive carbon, thereby the electron shift takes place onto your oxygen, forming your alcohol back. So what is formed here? The same thing will be again, same thing will be there here, R1, R2, your unsaturated alkene, everything will be same. Only the thing that is changing here is your methyl group. The extra methyl group from your Grignard reagent is adding upon this, right? Because of the electron shift of this double bond onto your oxygen, you get a negative charge on oxygen. Now again, upon adding your water, what happens is your H plus and OH minus ions will get dissociated from your water, and then it forms your as usual product. The product will be same, everything will be same. Don't disturb the complete chain when you are writing your product. Only the difference here is you are going to add your methyl group and your OH group here, right? So you get your again alcohol, tertiary alcohol from your unsaturated ketone. So unsaturated ketone or any ketone you take, you will get a tertiary alcohol. You get your tertiary alcohol. Ketones, if you see ketones, you can just simply take tertiary alcohol from your options, CH3, MgPr, and in the presence of your water you get your tertiary alcohol. So this is your third one that is present. Now we'll see the next one. What is next one? Let us take example of your carbon dioxide. From your carbon dioxide or carbon disulfide, anything you take, or carbon disulfide, CO2 or CS2. What is the structure of CO2 here? C double bond O and double bond O, right? In the presence of your alkyl magnesium halide, CH3Mg Br, right? Now you can, this is again a partial positive charge carbon, and these two are your partial negative charge oxygen. Your electron can shift either to this side or to this side, right? Let us take to this side, and then this is partial negative charge because it's nucleophilic, and this is partial positive charge. When you this carbon dioxide reacts with your methyl magnesium halide, your methyl group that is present, methyl nucleophile, will be attacking your partial positive charge carbon, and electron shift takes place. So what is that formed here? your carbon dioxide will have as usual C double bond O will be as usual, and single bond O will be as usual. But what is the thing that is attacking here is your CH3, right? And shift of electrons is taking place onto your oxygen, so you will get a negative charge. And then again in the same way, H2O, you have your, what you get here as a final product is C double bond O. I'm just showing this in the vertical position. And then your OH, and then your CH3 that is attacked from your methyl magnesium halide, and your water molecule H plus from your water molecule. So what you get here is your carboxylic acid. So you get your carboxylic acid from your carbon dioxide. So from carbon dioxide or your carbon disulfide, when your methyl magnesium halide is acting onto your carbon dioxide or carbon disulfide, you get your carboxylic acids. Carboxylic acids. So this is your fourth example, that is with your methyl magnesium halide. Now we'll see about the next one here is with acid halides or acyl halides or esters. What will be this? There will be some exceptional cases here with your acid halides or acids from your acyl halides or acid halides. Acid acyl halides or acid chloride or acid bromide or anything. Acid halides. You can call it anyway. Right? We'll take an example here. R prime C double bond O Cl. So this is your acyl halide, acyl chloride, right? Plus your CH3 MgBr. Now what is happening here? Let us take this in red. CH3 MgBr. Now what is happening here? Again this will be partial positive charge and this is partial negative charge. This is partial positive negative charge and this is partial positive charge. So this methyl group will be attacking your carbon here. Shift of electrons takes place onto your oxygen. Thereby what happens? Your R1 CCl will be as usual, right? And your one bond oxygen will also be as usual, but there is an attack of methyl group here, and then you have a negative charge on this because of the shift of electrons onto your oxygen. Now what is happening here? Now when you add upon your uh, now what is happening here is there is a negatively charged oxygen here and also a negative electronegative chloride ion here. So what happens here is both negatively charged ions on single carbon makes carbon unstable. So carbon becomes unstable here. So there will be shift of electrons here. The negative charge here will shift onto this carbon oxygen bond in between carbon and oxygen, and then there's a loss of your chloride ion here. So what is happening here is your R1 will be as usual, your C will be as usual, and then there is a formation of a double bond O here because the electrons that are present on as negative charge is shifting onto the bond between your carbon and oxygen, forming a double bond, and then there will be a methyl group here, right? So there is formation of ketone here. Release of Cl minus takes place here. Cl minus takes place here as HCl or anything. It can be anything. And then now when you add upon your H2O, what happens here is when you add upon H2O, water will dissociate into H plus and OH minus ions. This H plus ions will be taken up by your chloride ions and OH minus ions will be taking up your Mg plus ions. So you get your ketone here. So what is this? Now ketone on one more mole of your, this is your first mole of your methyl magnesium halide, right? And then second, in the second mole of your methyl magnesium halide, what you get here is ketones or esters will get your again alcohols. You get your tertiary alcohols. Ketones will give you tertiary alcohols. I have said you in the starting mechanism itself. So here in the same way, again in the second mole of your, by adding your second mole of methyl magnesium halide to your ketone here, you'll get your tertiary alcohols. So the fifth one here is your halides, acyl halides on addition of 2 moles of methyl magnesium halide or to Grignard reagent in the presence of water will give you tertiary alcohols. 2 moles is important here. See, if you have only 1 mole here, then there will be formation of ketone first. Ketone will be formed. Again 1 mole more, 1 mole of your methyl magnesium halide, you get your tertiary alcohol, right? So this is about your acid halides or acyl halides. So this is your exceptional case where you have 2 moles of your Grignard reagent. Exception, right? 2 moles of Grignard reagent are used. In the same way, you can also take from amides. From amides. What are your amides? Amides are your C double bond O NH2, right? These are your amides. Again, addition of your Grignard reagent CH3 MgBr or anything. You can take it as anything. Now what is this? This is your partial positive charge carbon, partial negative charge oxygen, partial positive charge negative charge methyl group, nucleophilic methyl group, and partial positive charge metal ion. So this negative charge will be moving on to your carbon, partial positive charge. The electrons will be moving on to your oxygen. Thereby what is happening here is again everything will be as usual. R, C, NH2 will be as usual, and then there is a formation of O minus. So there will be O minus because of shift of electrons, and then methyl group will get added upon to your electropositive carbon. Again this amine group is electronegative here, right? Electronegative nitrogen is present, so there will be shift of electrons here and then loss of your amine group. So when you add upon your water molecule which gets dissociated into H plus OH minus ions, the H plus ions and NH2 will be releasing out your ammonia. Ammonia gas will be released out because H plus ions, it will take up your H plus ions, and then ammonia gas will release out. This OH minus ions will go with your MgBr. So MgOH is your side product that is formed, and then what product you get here is again a ketone, R C double bond O, and then methyl group from your methyl magnesium halide. So this is again a ketone, right? Again ketone on addition of second mole of Grignard reagent. What you get here? Again ketones to tertiary alcohols. So this is again the sixth example what we got it from amides with 2 moles of RMgX, that is your Grignard reagent. In the presence of water solvent, you get your tertiary alcohols as your products. So these are your products with your amides, right? So this is also again a exceptional case where you use 2 moles of Grignard reagent. 2 moles of Grignard reagent, right? Now what else you have here? What else we can explain about with this? From esters. Let us take from esters. What are your esters? R, C, double bond, O, O, R. Right? Now what is this? On addition of your methyl group, methyl magnesium halide CH3 MgBr, right? And then this is your partial positive charge, and this is your partial negative charge. This is your partial negative charge, and this is your partial positive charge. The same way this will attack here, forming your addition of methyl group, and then what you get here is R, C, single bond O, because shift of electrons took place there, and then this will be as usual. So addition of your methyl group, nucleophilic methyl group, alkyl group, and then O minus. Again OR minus, here the oxygen is electronegative atom, and then your oxygen here is also electronegative atom. So shift of electron takes place in between these two, and then loss of OR minus will take place. Now addition of water molecule, what happens? You get your H plus plus OH minus. So this H plus and OR minus, what will you get here? You get your ROH, that is your alcohols as your side product. Alcohols as your side product. Along with this, you get your these two. What you get here? MgOH is your side product. Again, this is your side product. This is also your side product. What is the main product that is formed here? R, C, double bond O. And then you have your methyl group from your CH3. So this is again a ketone. Now, again one more mole of your RMGX. RMGX, what you get here is again a tertiary alcohol. How you will get your tertiary alcohol? This is your OH, and then what is your R here? Your R here will get added upon here, R here, and methyl group as usual from your first mole of, and then your OH, H plus. So there will be addition of your methyl Grignard reagent along with your water molecule. So you get your tertiary alcohol. So this is your next example where your esters on addition of 2 moles of RMGX in the presence of water, you'll get your tertiary alcohols. You get your tertiary alcohols. In the same way, you can do examples with your cyanides, isocyanides. I have shown you. So we'll just see all those. So in this, what is there? So what is happening? What is happening here is this one. Methyl group is attacking your deuterium ion. OX will be lost. OX will be lost here. In the same way, there is a ring opening here in case of ethylene oxide. So methyl group will be attacking any, so this methyl nucleophile will be attacking onto your this carbon. So there will be ring opening here, thereby you get your OH group, OH here at the end, and methyl group at the other side of your product. Now what is here? This is your formaldehyde. You get your primary alcohol. Formaldehyde will give you primary alcohols. Acetaldehyde, from acetaldehyde, any aldehyde will give you, acetaldehyde or any aldehyde will give you secondary alcohols. So aldehydes will give you secondary alcohols, formaldehyde will give you primary alcohols, ketones will give you tertiary alcohols. This we have seen our mechanism here. Like tertiary alcohols will be given by your ketones. Again, this is imine. Imine group, again 2 moles of imine group, no need of 2 moles of methyl magnesium halide, only 1 mole because there is no other group here. So we are just shifting upon electrons here, and then addition of H over here and methyl group onto your partial positive carbon. Thereby you get your product, this imine, right? And this is your carbon dioxide or carbon disulfide, where you get your carboxylic acids. Carboxylic acids as your product. Carboxylic acids as your product. And this is your Weinreb amide. Weinreb amide is an amide which is with methyl and methoxy group on it, right? You get your ketones. You get your ketones here. Again, on this ketone, if you act with your one more RMGX, you will get your tertiary alcohols. So any amide group, any amides will give you tertiary alcohols upon addition of 2 moles of Grignard reagent. Acid halides, here I said you 2 moles of methyl groups. 2 methyl groups are added upon, like 2 Grignard reagent moles are added, so that 2 methyl groups are extra here. So you get your tertiary alcohols with your acid halides. Formate ester, you get your ester here. If you have your methyl group here, again you will get your tertiary alcohol. Because it's a hydrogen here, you get your secondary alcohol. It's a secondary alcohol. See, ester here, because it's having a methyl group here, you get here a tertiary alcohol. And this is again anhydride. Anhydride is nothing but your removal of water molecule from two acetic acid groups, you get your anhydride. And now this methyl group will be acting on to your this carbon, thereby you will have this carbon containing your double bond C double bond O carbon, methyl group nucleophile will be acting upon this group, so that ring opening takes place, and this will be carboxylic acid group that is present. This is your carboxylic acid group and this is your alcohol. So acid alcohols will be formed here. And now this is your ethyl orthoformate. So this is aldehydes that are formed here, aldehydes. And your tertiary alcohols with your carbonate ester, you will get your tertiary alcohols. And here ketones, this is again amide, as I said you get your ketones first and then you will get your tertiary alcohols as your final product. And this is your cyanide, you get your ketones first and then you get your again tertiary alcohols in the same way. Isocyanates you get this type, this product, right? And this is your isocyanate with thiocyanate ketene, some ketenes, any like ketenes are C, and then you will have C here, then you get call them as ketene. Now you get your product in this way, right? And then cyanate ion, upon Grignard reagent, upon cyanate you will get cyanides, you will get your cyanides. And then this is your alkyl halide, your alkanes, right? So this is about your Grignard reagent and its applications. So just watch this, do these examples on your paper and then find out. If you have any doubts, please comment in my comment section. Please watch my videos. Thanks for watching Complete Chemistry. Please like, share and subscribe. For more videos, please watch.